Welcome into the Gridiron Now studios. I'm Amanda Borges here with Frank Frangie. Frank, let's get right to it. Let's start with Gainesville. The Gators came away with a huge win against Ole Miss. No one saw that coming. What happened?
Well, a couple things happened. Number one, Florida's way better than everybody thought they were going to be. They really played great defense. I think Ole Miss was a little bit asleep at the wheel in this game. So many people were picking Ole Miss to go into the swamp and win. Nobody thought they weren't going to. It turned out to be a chip-on-the-shoulder game for Florida, which I didn't see coming. I also think Ole Miss is flawed in some areas, but as far as the Gators go, they're very good defensively. I'm telling you, this might be as good a defense as they've had down there. They've won 3 national championships. They've been great defensively. Bob Stoops was the coordinator there. Most of the Spurrier years, they were very good defensively. Urban Meyer won 2 national championships that were both defense-related, and I'm not sure any of those defenses had more good defensive players than this group does. I think all 11 starters, with the possible exception of Brian Poole, for me, are NFL players.
Frank, I hear you, but does this mean that the Gators are for real?
You know, I think they are, Amanda. I think they are for real. Now, look, this team's very similar to the '90 team. Spurrier got there. They had been 6-6 or whatever the year before. Great on defense, but he had to build an offense, create an offensive identity. I think Mac's the same way. Great on defense, had to build an offensive identity. I think he's got the same team that Spurrier did when he first got there. Spurrier's team now went 5-0 and they got hammered in game number 6. I'm not saying that's going to happen with the Gators, but they've got a great defense and they're building an offensive identity. Yeah, I think they are for real. Callaway's legit, Powell's legit, DeMarcus Robinson, Jake McGee. They've got playmakers on offense, which they haven't had before. Yes, I think the Gators are legit.
Well, I have to ask you about Will Greer. He had a huge game. What did you see from him?
I think he's really playing well. You know, it's interesting. There's something between McElwain and Greer. Mac is reluctant to praise him. He praises Kelvin Taylor. He praises John Bullard. He praises his defensive guys. He seems reluctant to praise Greer too much, and I think that's part of developing the young quarterback. I thought Greer hung in the pocket. The big question with Will is, would you stay in the pocket? Too many times he took off and ran when there was pressure. They've coached him. Doug Nussmeier, the offensive coordinator, stay in the pocket, stay in the pocket. He has stayed in the pocket. Boy, 24 of 29 for all those yards and the 4 touchdowns. I think Will Greer is going to be a great player at Florida. He keeps getting better every week. The Gators look good right now. They feel good about themselves, and they should.
Well, that's a wrap on our Florida review. For more SEC content, check out gridironnow.com. We'll see you next time.